always on the go, but the day just won't be one without your Hollywood fix. Let Golden State Media Concepts Entertainment Podcast take care of that. An all-inclusive look of pop culture.
Hey guys, and welcome to GSMC Entertainment Podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Podcast Network. I'm your host, Cynthia, and happy June 1st. Wow, I cannot believe we're already in June. This is my birthday month. My birthday is June 28th, for any of you who even care to know. I just can't believe we're already in June of 2020. I feel like this has been the longest and shortest amount of time this year, like longest and shortest year. That's what I'm trying to say. Obviously for many reasons. And I honestly am not even really sure what to talk about as far as entertainment news, because due to our current state of the world right now, there's not much going on in the entertainment world besides, you know, what's happening with the Black Lives Matter movement and celebrities who are involved. So I just want to say, first and foremost, a huge thank you to everybody who is peacefully protesting and is, you know, speaking for those who are not able to attend the protest. I'm not comfortable attending the protest due to, we are still in a global health pandemic, COVID, and I do live with other people. I live with family, so I have to be considerate of that. But it's just kind of crazy times, honestly, and I'm going to keep it real and authentic for you guys. I can't just hop on here and be extremely bubbly and cheery when I, in fact, don't feel like that. I'm sure many of you, if you have tuned into the news and have watched videos of all the protests that are going on nationwide, and at this point now even globally, it's sad. It's very disturbing to watch, and it's just very sad, and my heart is very heavy. That's why I really was not even sure, not just how to start today's episode, but what do I even talk about? I feel like all of our minds are solely focused on fighting, the racial injustices that are happening right now. And I can't just hop on here and pretend everything's all good when it's not. And again, as far as entertainment news, all the entertainment outlets are talking about, what's happening in the world right now, which is, the protests and unfortunately the death of another unarmed Black man, George Floyd. May he rest in power, rest in peace, George Floyd. And again, I just want to say thank you to all the protesters, and I want to say just for everyone to stay safe. Please stay safe. Protect one another, look out for one another, and just practice respect and kindness, and just treat everybody how you would like to be treated. At the bottom line, that's really what it is. And it's kind of crazy to me that things have gotten this far, but I also understand. This has gone on for way too long, and it's now time, that people let their voices be heard and stand up for what they believe in. So that's just kind of what I want to first address on today's episode. And just stay safe, y'all. I know it's crazy times right now. It's tough. We're basically fighting two pandemics right now, right? We got the racial injustices, and then we're still fighting in a global health pandemic. And that's kind of crazy to think about, right? That people are protesting in midst of a global health pandemic. but they're protesting because they truly want to see change and believe in that change. And that's just very admirable, and I applaud that. And so that's basically what we're going to be talking about in today's episode. I'm sorry if it's not super cheerful, but that is, again, what all of the entertainment outlets are. That's what everyone's talking about. So it's like, how can I not address it on here as well? So on today's episode, I will be addressing Blackout Tuesday. What does that mean for the entertainment industry, Blackout Tuesday? And I'll also be talking about celebrities who are actively getting involved in the Black Lives Matter movement. What are they doing? Who is protesting? And so on. So let's first address what is this Blackout Tuesday that's actually going to be happening tomorrow, June 2nd. And I want to first talk about the dance industry blackout. I'm actually friends with a lot of dancers. A lot of my friends live in LA and the Bay Area, and they dance for artists and perform at festivals and whatnot. So they are heavily involved in the entertainment industry, but not just entertainment, Black entertainment. Because I don't know if you guys are aware, but I'm going to make you aware that the majority of the things that we do are derived from Black culture. Many of the things that we enjoy are derived from Black culture, especially Black entertainment. So the dance industry, June 2nd, tomorrow, nobody's going to be posting, so no posting on social media. The only post is a blank Black image on all social media platforms for solidarity. So if you are going to post, it's just going to be a plain Black image. And then they're also suspending all music streams and YouTube streams for the day. They're canceling, closing, suspending, participating in all dance studios, classes, and meetings. So no dancing, nothing. They're going to identify ways to help the community, and they're going to strengthen the public's knowledge on contemporary race relations and the history of Black social, political, and economic plight in the U.S. So I think that's amazing. Again, do what you got to do to send a message, and that's what's happening in the dance community. And as far as, the overall entertainment industry, it's another one, Blackout Tuesday. The music industry is involved in response to the murders of George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Ahmaud Arbery, and the countless other Black citizens at the hands of police. They now started The Show Must Be Paused. So The Show Must Be Paused is an initiative created by two Black women in music in observance of the long-standing racism and inequality that exists from the boardroom to the boulevard. And, these individuals will not continue to conduct business as usual without regard for Black lives. So again, Tuesday, June 2nd, tomorrow, is meant to intentionally disrupt the work week. And Monday suggests a long weekend, and we can't wait until Friday for change. It is a day to take a beat for an honest, reflective, and productive conversation about what actions we need to collectively take to support the Black community. The music industry is a multi-billion-dollar industry. It's an industry that has profited predominantly from Black art. Our mission, or their mission, is to hold the industry at large, including major corporations, their partners who benefit from the efforts, struggles, and successes of Black people accountable. To that end, it is the obligation of these entities to protect and empower the Black communities that have made them disproportionately wealthy in ways that are measurable and transparent, which is absolutely true. You cannot argue that. And this is not a 24-hour initiative. They will be in this fight for the long haul, and a plan of action will be announced. So, if you want more information, you can follow them at Pause the Show on Twitter, and The Show Must Be Paused on Instagram for updates and information. So in a nutshell, tomorrow, all things entertainment, including music and dance, anything in between, everyone's going to stop. Everything's going to be on pause. Nothing's going to happen. No classes, no music streaming, no new releases, nothing of that nature is going to happen tomorrow. in solidarity to the Black Lives Matter movement. And again, this is mainly also because the majority of us, as I explained, we profit and we enjoy Black culture. So they are standing against that and saying, well, we're not going to provide and make you wealthier, which I'm all for. So I'm going to cut into a very brief break right now. When we come back, we're going to talk about celebrities that are involved in these protests. We'll be right back.
Want to find out what movies to go see? Then check out the GSMC Movie Podcast. It's your ticket to the latest movies, whether it's a new blockbuster event, romantic, comedy, or action flick. This show has got it all covered. They talk some what to go see now. Don't bother. What's hot on Netflix and everything in between. That's gsmcpodcast.com/movie-podcast. When it's all about the movies, it has to be this new show. Don't forget to like them on Facebook and follow them on Twitter. Visit gsmcpodcast.com for more info.
Hey guys, and welcome to GSMC Entertainment Podcast. So many celebrities aren't sitting around in silence any longer. In the last few days, stars participated in nationwide protests to stand in solidarity with the Black community. The protests across the United States were not only in response to George Floyd's death, but also Breonna Taylor's death, Tony McCade's death, Ahmaud Arbery's death, and so many others in recent months. Among the celebrities protesting earlier in the week and over the weekend include Ariana Grande, Jamie Foxx, Halsey, Michael B. Jordan, Timothy Chalamet, Kendrick Sampson, Kehlani, and countless others, which I'm actually very happy to see celebrities using their enormous platform to speak out on these injustices and to bring awareness to the public. And I like that they're also not just talking about it, but they're being about it. Like, actions speak louder than words. You can't just repost something on Instagram, Black Lives Matter, whatever, and like not really be about it. Like, I want to see these people out doing things. I want to see donation receipts. I want to see petitions that are being signed. Actions speak louder than words. And especially when it comes to celebrities, I know that many of us, regular schmegler people, we kind of are like, well, are they really activists, or is this kind of performative? They're only doing it because they feel pressured by others to post about it, because if they don't post about it, then they're going to, be deemed as like, well, you don't care about us. So on Friday, Jamie Foxx attended the Minneapolis press conference and spoke to the crowd about George Floyd's death, which occurred after a Minneapolis police officer pinned him down and kneeled on his neck while 3 other officers stood by and did nothing. In video footage captured by bystanders, George Floyd told the officer that he couldn't breathe, and moments later he passed. And this is what Jamie Foxx had to say on Friday. He said, "I think that what you saw on television, to watch this man plead for his life as I sit with my 2 daughters and my nephews, what it does is it overcomplicates everything as a Black man trying to tell his son or his daughter how to function in life. Even the things that we've taught them don't seem to work." Orange is the New Black actor Matt McGorry shared footage of LA protests on Instagram. And this is what he wrote. "White people, it's time to show up, to get uncomfortable, to put our bodies and our resources on the line." One of the many things I like about Matt McGorry is that he's really been about this for a very long time. He's always used his platform and white privilege to speak out against the injustices that are happening within our system, and I love that. Later, Matt McGorry revealed on Twitter that he and Insecure star Kendrick Sampson had been shot at by cops. And Matt McGorry explained on Twitter, LAPD shot me with the projectile when nobody was doing anything other than just standing there. They did way worse to the people of color and especially black folks here. However, not all celebrities experience the same thing. Hours and miles of peaceful protesting yesterday that got little to no coverage. So, I know there's a lot of heavy stuff. This episode's going to be heavy. Today wasn't meant to be light. Today is meant to make you guys feel a little bit uncomfortable. And I'm sorry this isn't extremely happy and, cheery and bubbly like how I normally am, because I do like to be like that, but this is just the reality of the situation. This is what's going on. Like, really, nothing much is happening in an entertainment world. The stars I just mentioned, weren't the only ones that attended the nationwide protest in the last few days. So, others who attended were Ariana Grande, Dalton Gomez, and Doug Middlebrook. Accompanied by her boyfriend, Dalton Gomez, and his friend, Doug Middlebrook, the pop star shared images of the protest she attended over the weekend. She said, hours and miles of peaceful protesting yesterday that got little to no coverage. All throughout Beverly Hills and West Hollywood, we chanted, people beeped and cheered along. We were passionate, we were loud, we were loving. Cover this too, please. Halsey was there as well, and she said, do not underplay these rubber bullets because you have been told they are not lethal. I had to bandage a man who looked like his entire face had exploded today. Halsey, she was joined by Youngblood, and they wrote on Twitter, so before you say from the comfort of your home that we're exaggerating, please consider the injuries some have suffered. And it is true, y'all. If you've been on social media, especially Twitter, you probably have seen some graphic images, some graphic videos of people getting shot in the face with rubber bullets. Those things I've literally seen, especially here in Sacramento, in the Sacramento PD, shot a 13-year-old boy in the face with a rubber bullet. Bleeding, face gushing with blood. So be careful, you guys, if you are thinking about protesting. To be honest, I don't know if they're still going on today, but if there are, please be careful. Tinashe, she's another one that's been in the LA protests. The singer stepped out in downtown LA with the Black Lives Matter sign, and her caption on Instagram said, "Show up." Tessa Thompson, the Westworld star, attended the LA protest this weekend, and she expressed, I can say that the LA protest was entirely peaceful until the LAPD arrived and escalated it. And then she added the mayor of LA and said, are you seeing this? Also, where was the robust media coverage then? John Cusack was another one who was at the protests. The actor attended the Chicago protest on Saturday and shared footage of his experience. Cops didn't like me filming and the burning car, so they came at me with batons, he wrote on Twitter alongside a video, hitting my bike, and here's the audio. I did not listen to the audio, but if you did listen to John Cusack's audio, please let me know in the comments what it said. I feel like there's like so many videos and images that people are posting, and it's like overwhelming. I don't know which direction to look at. I don't know which ones are like the most impactful, and it's a lot. It's a lot. Lil Yachty was another one out there protesting. He wrote on Instagram, I am no different from the next man. Every voice matters and must be heard. And he was there like with the megaphone speaking into a crowd. J. Cole was another one who was protesting. And J. Cole, he's been pretty vocal about these injustices as well. The singer and rapper attended protests in his hometown in North Carolina. Cole Sprouse was another one who was attending these protests. And he wrote, before the voracious horde of media sensationalism decides to somehow turn it about me, there's a clear need to speak about the circumstances. Black Lives Matter. Peace, riots, looting are an absolutely legitimate form of protest, the actor shared. I was detained when standing in solidarity, as were many of the final vanguard within Santa Monica. Kehlani is another one who's been extremely vocally anti-racist, and she's been about it. And let me just say, Kehlani is one of my favorite celebrities out there. One, she's the same age as me, 25. Well, I'm about to be 25, so we're damn near the same age. Two, she's from the Bay Area, and people from the Bay Area are all about unity and inclusivity, and she like exudes that, and she stands for all people, and she just is so down to earth, so mature, so woke. Like, I don't even care that she's famous. She's one person I would love to meet and just sit down and like talk about life, talk about motherhood, talk about everything. Like, she's just so down to earth, and she's somebody that I know that when she's posting about activism and she's using her platform in a good way, I know it's not performative. And when I mean by performative, if you are a social media user and you can tell from people's posts who is being genuine and who's just posting because they don't want to catch the heat that they're not posting, if that makes sense. Like, a quick, simple repost of someone else's post doesn't mean that you're being actively anti-racist. Kehlani's out here going to protest. She's sharing, petitions. She's sharing donation receipts. Like, she's really about that, and I respect her so much. She expressed on Instagram, "Live, no justice, no peace. Los Angeles, May 30th, 2020. Respect existence or expect resistance. Black Lives Matter, outside, inside, today, yesterday, tomorrow, and forever. Power to the people." Love her. And then the final celebrity that I'll be mentioning is Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon has also been very big on protests and Black Lives Matter, and the Star was in Minneapolis and shared several images of the protests he attended, and he wrote in a caption, "Justice for Floyd, stop killing us." We're going to go into a very brief break right now. When we come back, I'm going to try and share with you guys my entertainment pick of the week. We'll be right back.
Tired of searching the vast jungle of podcasts? Now listen close and hear this out. There's a podcast network that covers just about everything that you've been searching. Hey! The Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network is here. Nothing less than a podcast bliss with endless hours of podcast coverage. From news, sports, music, fashion, cooking, entertainment, fantasy, football, and so much more. So stop lurking around and go straight out to the Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network. Guaranteed to fill that podcast itch. Whatever it may be. Visit us at www.gsmcpodcast.com. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and download us on iTunes, SoundCloud, and Google Play.
Hey guys, and welcome back to GSMC Health and Wellness Podcast. So I said, I was like, I'm going to try and give you guys an entertainment pick of the week. Just because, honestly, like I said, due to the current state of the world, it's been kind of hard to, really think about anything else besides what's going on. But I did start watching this cartoon. I know, it's a cartoon, you guys, this week. So for those of For those new listeners who are tuning in right now, each week I choose an entertainment pick of the week So that is something that I've been engaging in, that I've been loving, or maybe something that I did engage in and I didn't love, and I just want to share with you guys and complain, about why I didn't like it. But this week is a cartoon. So I'll do either like a movie, a book, something like that, music. This week is a cartoon, which is something I've never done before. I've never done an entertainment pick of the week that's a cartoon. This is a cartoon I actually grew up watching when I was kind of older, because this cartoon came out in 2008. So I was already in 8th grade, but I was still watching cartoons. Okay, don't judge me. And I'm now almost 25, rewatching this cartoon. And the cartoon is The Marvelous Misadventures of Flapjack. Oh my God. Yes. The Marvelous Misadventures of Flapjack. It was played on Cartoon Network. It's like an animation short adventure cartoon. Usually it's like 2 episodes in a 30-minute show. And the TV series was actually really short. It was only from 2008 to 2010. So The Misadventures of Flapjack isn't played anymore. It's actually streaming on Hulu. I know that. There's only 69 episodes. And for all of my cartoon fans, you must know that is not a lot. It's basically like, it's a comical seafaring adventures of a young, enthusiastic boy, his pirate, captain mentor, and the talking whale that raised him from birth. The creator is Thurup Van Orman, and I really like it. It's cute. It's basically like, okay, I'll kind of try to give you guys like the plot summary about this cartoon. I don't really know how to explain it. It's kind of weird, but it's like, let me get my thoughts together. It's like they're sailors and they're trying, like each episode, their goal, they're trying to get to this place called Candied Island. Like they're obsessed with candy, and like, I don't know, Flapjack is just one of those rare cartoons that you just don't see anymore. It has this very surreal feel to it, almost like it is made, almost like it's more for an older audience. It isn't afraid to show gruesome images or add a bit of adult humor. So I think that's why I like it, because it's not like a Disney those Disney shows nowadays that are absolutely horrific. This is like, it adds some adult humor, so you can enjoy it still being at 25 years old like me. You can enjoy it. It has a lot of random humor as well. Honestly, saying this, I wouldn't really recommend it for like young children, because I feel adults would probably appreciate it more and appreciate the humor. Like, I remember me growing up, I thought like it was kind of weird. And it is weird. It's weird. So I think it's like for an older audience, like older children audience. I wouldn't really recommend it for very young children. It reminds me of like the older classic cartoons where anything was possible and no one was afraid to push the envelope. And one random positive is that the characters is likable as well as quotable. I think one of these days it will be one of those classic cartoons. I think it's awesome. Again, it first aired June 5th, 2008. So actually, the anniversary is almost coming up in a few days. And the very last episode was in August of 2010. So like I said, it only had a 2-year run, which is very short for a cartoon. And the voices are Brian Doyle Murray, Thurup Van Orman, who is a creator. He does the voice of Flapjack, Jeff Bennett, Steve Little, Roz Ryan, Scott Bullock, Darren Norris, Greg Turkington, and others. And I want to share with you guys a little bit about the creator, Thurup Van Orman. So Thurup Van Orman was born on April 26, 1976 in Virginia. He is a writer and actor known for The Marvelous Misadventures of Flapjack. He does Adventure Time and The Powerpuff Girls, which I actually did not know he did Adventure Time. Adventure Time is another cartoon that I feel like a lot of adults would enjoy as well. It includes a lot of adult humor in there. And I did not know he did the Powerpuff Girls. So that's something I like. I did not know that. So that's really interesting to find out. And so yeah, that's basically what I've been engaging in this past week or so. The Marvelous Misadventures of Flapjack. I think my brother, we illegally watch it on Daily Motion. It is on Hulu, so if you do have a Hulu account, you can watch it on there. And that's basically going to be it. The Marvelous Misadventures of Flapjack. Let me know in the comments if you grew up watching this show. If you liked it, didn't like it, let me know. And you guys, that's going to wrap up today's episode here at the GSMC Entertainment Podcast. I know today's episode was pretty heavy, but again, I just think it was very important for me to highlight, the current state of the world and the situation that we're all going through. And it's kind of hard not to talk about it because it's literally plastered everywhere, every entertainment website, every news outlet. So there's really not much to it for entertainment this week. So hopefully next week we'll be on a brighter note. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment, and I'll catch you guys next week.
You've been listening to the Golden State Media Concepts Entertainment Podcast, part of the Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network. You can find this show and others like it at www.gsmcpodcast.com. Download our podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, and Google Play. Just type in GSMC to find all the shows from the Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network. From movies to music, from sports to entertainment, and even weird news. You can also follow us on Twitter and on Facebook. Thank you, and we hope you have enjoyed today's program.